So we'll go ahead and switch over to the NVR screen here. And what you're seeing here on these four different views is our 4 megapixel multi-directional camera. So the things I'll be covering today is a little bit more, going more in detail about this specific camera itself. And then just like Umar mentioned, we have a special AI pick feature that I'll go and do a demo with. So for the camera itself here, you can see we have 4 independent lenses, which can be manually moved. Again, they can't be moved within the software or the NVR or anything like that. You do have to set a fixed position for those lenses. You can move them left to right to get your angles. So you can see here we have the left side of the street, the middle of the street, and then the right side, and then just the back door. It can be fixed to wherever you want it to be. You can also rotate the lenses. So rather than moving them like this, left, front, center, right, you can also rotate the physical lens. So let's say, for example, you're mounting it in a kind of a position where the lens needs to be rotated to see a specific object. The lens can be physically rotated to get a different viewing angle of that as well. But once you do have them set up, they will be added into the NVR. It's one single cable with 4 channels. It will take the same IP. So if I go into the network configuration here or the channel settings, you can see that the IP address is 192.168.1.222 or 122, sorry. And then we have a -1, -2, 3, and 4 for each of the individual channels. So that is something to keep in mind when connecting this camera to your NVRs, that it will take up 4 channels with one single IP address. It is possible, let's say, for example, you have an 8 channel NVR and you want to only assign 2 of these lenses for that specific NVR, but have the other 2 on a different one. You can absolutely do that. So let's say, for example, we have an 8 channel NVR and we only want lens 3 and 4. So we can add lens 3 and 4 to that NVR and then have lens 1 and 2 on a separate NVR, or just have them working independently on their own as a standalone. So that option is there. Moving into the AI portion of it. So since these lenses or 4 separate lenses function independently and have their own views, this also means that they also have their own independent AI. So for our specific use case, which I'll be demoing the AI pick, I'm using pedestrian and vehicle. But if you wanted to, let's say, for example, channel 1, you wanted to do line crossing. Channel 2, you wanted to do loitering detection. Channel 3, we can do crowd density if you're using it in, for example, like a retail store. And then camera 4, we can just do cross counting for entrances. So your in and out zones, it could either be a driveway or a front entrance to a store or just a retail building. You can count how many people are coming in and out of there. So they can all be configured independently, have their own schedules, have their own AI, and everything can be done directly through the camera itself. All with one single IP and one single CAT cable. And so once we have all of that set up, all the AI is working, and we'll go into that special AI search that I was talking about. So for this specific AI search, it does only work on our AI-based cameras with our AI-based NVRs, which would be from a 16 channel and above. And you would need to have the pedestrian and vehicle target detection AI enabled. So as you can see here, by looking at the icon, you could just match it. And you can see that all 4 channels have this AI feature enabled. So what we can do now is, if we go back to the live view, there's 2 different ways you can do it. So on the live view, let's say, for example, on this camera, which is channel number 1, we do have a new icon here, which is called AI pick. So you can click on AI pick, and any cars or people that are in the camera view, it will automatically pop up on like a blue rectangle. You may not be able to see this truck here because it is hiding behind the boxes, but anything within a clear view of the camera without any obstructed view, you can select that. So you can click on there, and it will give you different instances of when that vehicle was detected or a similar vehicle. So we can adjust the time frame, click on search, and then at the top here, we have a similarity percentage. So if you wanted to get more accurate results, you can increase that, and it'll show you every time that car appeared or that person. And then you can decrease it to kind of broaden your results and get more. It would be less accurate. However, you would still get a wider search result for that. So that would mostly be for live events. So you would have to see that car or that person in real time, and then go into the AI pick. The other option is, let's say, for example, there's something that happened at your business, or a specific person that you don't want into that business, but they enter and you need to see where they were at all times. So we can go into playback. And then for this use case, we'll go ahead and select channel number 4 as a demo. And then we can just simply choose a time. So let's say we can go to around here. Let's see. Let me scoot it up a little bit. We'll zoom in on our timeline and let's see. So on this example, we'll use this UPS truck. So the UPS truck is backing in. We may have to zoom out a little bit. So we'll pause it right there. And then we can select the AI pick. All right, let's see if it'll get it here. Yeah, so now you can see the AI pick is highlighting this UPS truck. So we'll go ahead and click on search. And then as you can see, the percentage is all the way down, so you get less accurate filtered results. But if we change our timeline for the past 7 days, and then we slowly increase our percentage, that'll start to eliminate all of those false alerts. It can be, a different car, different person. So as you increase it, you can see some of those start to get filtered out and moved away. And then if you wanted to, you can also click on that specific instance, and it'll bring up a small playback window here where you can see all of the events of when that car passed by, or that person passed by. It'll start from the very beginning of the clip, so you may not see it at first, but once it goes through the entire clip, you can see when they enter, when they exit, and then that'll give you the entire option there. You can also save that clip directly to a USB, or if you're accessing it, yeah, it would have to be through a USB because this feature can only be done through the NVR itself. And then you can save it from there and just keep a note of it, and record all of it while it's there. But like I mentioned, since all of 4 channels are using pedestrian vehicle, no matter where this UPS truck is, if we go back to the live view, let's say it was on view number 1, but then moved over to 2 and then 3 and then 4, it will always show that vehicle or that person wherever they were within the camera view, as long as you have human and vehicle detection on. So that would be the main benefit of this AI pick, which again, it's really beneficial for our AI-based systems, especially for your retail, warehouse, and many different use cases that you can use it with. And for this demo, that would be completed. And just to cover, I showed you the 4 megapixel multi-sensor lens. This specific model, like Umar mentioned, does not have the varifocal lens, but it does have the option for just moving them around manually. And then we showed how it has independent views and independent AI functions, as well as covering the new advanced AI pick feature.